It is Tuesday. I think it's time for us to start this thing. Let's go! What is up, people? I decided to do a lot today. I'm gonna talk about some comics, some video games, maybe some music, maybe some videos. Ooh, it's hard to decide. I don't know. Over the past couple of days, I've been reading a comic as of late. Something that was referred to me a couple days ago, right after Tuesday of my last video. I found a comic that I thought was pretty cool, and I decided to, read a few pages of it. But after doing so, I thought it was a really good premise. The comic is called Scott Pilgrim versus the Universe, but it's entirely just Scott Pilgrim the series, which is not like any other comic book, like Spider-Man or something, or Superman or Batman, or none of that Japanese animation manga books that you would read. I used to read that, but I don't know. Anyways, this one is kind of cool because it kind of reminds me of the various web comics I used to read on the computer, but instead this isn't a book, and especially when the artist is, I originally came from Canada, but decided to live down here in Portland. And so, after hearing that there's a Portland artist doing books and its incredible awesomeness, I decided, hey, what's up? I'm just gonna pick this up, read a couple of books, see if it's good. And actually, the premise is not bad. I'm gonna go pick it up here for a sec. Yeah. Anyways, Scott Pilgrim versus the Universe. It's actually a pretty damn good book. And it's actually just not a book, but it's a comic book, so things like, the various comic strips let's see. But other than that, Scott Pilgrim runs into this chick, and you know how guys are, you just want to date that chick after some conversation, right? Well, the hard part about this chick is that she has seven evil ex-boyfriends. And apparently, in order for Scott to date her, Scott needs to defeat 7 of those ex-boyfriends. And I say the word defeat very, very, very critical, because it's like boss battles, really. This book is basically like watching a video game. Things like Mario Brother references, like Sonic references, just average video game references in a comic book story that that is just basically like any gamer or geek's interest. And people who play video games would love this comic because it's not just some soapy, mopey and gushy romance comedy thing like you would watch in a movie or any of those other Japanese novels you would read. This one is just made, not only is made by an American, well, not really an American, a Canadian, but same area, but it has all the needs for a video gamer to actually love. You got things like power-ups, the various evil boyfriends Scott Pilgrim has to defeat, and just everyday life that kind of somehow almost relates to video games in a way. So actually, I recommend, if you don't have the chance, to at least go to Barnes & Noble or a comic book shop and look up Scott Pilgrim. This is actually an awesome book. The author is Brian Lee O'Halley, or whatever. It's on the bottom here. You can go on Google, check it out. I'll have a link on the sidebar to where you could, read its various scans, so you can, maybe preview the book a little bit, and then be like, oh, this is an interesting book. I think I should go down to Barnes & Noble and go pick one up. If I were you, do so, because I might beat you to the punch, because this is, as you can see, this is volume 5. I'm missing a couple volumes, and so this is very hard to find. Unless you live in Portland, then you have a very high chance that you would run into this book. But if you do have the chance, pick it up. I swear to God, you're gonna love it. I currently love it as much as I read webcomics and used to read Japanese animation mangas and stuff like that. And yeah, this is actually a pretty damn good book for when you're bored or when you feel the need to read something about video games other than strategy guides. But yeah, this one's not hard to spot because it's so freaking shiny. I could see this from far away and the light reflects off of it. It's pretty cool. And on the back you got this weird video game montage. I don't know. But take advantage of it. Look at the link on the sidebar. It'll be there. You will not feel disappointed. Okay, other news. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos, and these YouTube videos revolve around one man. This man is not like your average. He's of course an entertainer and maybe a magician, kinda. He knows a lot about the human brain, and he will be willing to play a trick on you or magically just amaze you in each and every way. This man is named Derren Brown, and he is an Englishman, and he has the power to practically jump into your mind and implant things that you would probably never think of, and then guess it on the top of his head to amaze you. Actually, there's a word for it. I don't really have the fine definition of it, and I really don't want to say it because it's so long. But I have links in the sidebar about Derren Brown. He's an awesome magician slash, mentalist slash psychologist, and he has this very awesome videos that will just amaze you. And so if you go to the links in the sidebar, I have 3 videos, maybe 2, that you can watch. And then, just maybe leave comments in the bottom about Derren Brown if you think he's just some phony Chris Angel douchebag or whatever. That's fine. It's up to you to decide. But, out of all of Derren Brown's stuff, it's just like, he's amazing, and he explains his tricks to you, not just leave you hanging. Other news, I don't know, there's not much news to talk about. A lot of people died, so I really don't want to talk about that because everyone else has covered that already. So I will segue to something different, like video of the day. Video of the day, most likely, is going to be on the sidebar, and I really don't want to talk about it because then I'm going to cheat and look up a video while this is actually going to be written on YouTube, and then I will cheat, and then I will get away with it. I will get away with it, yeah. Song of the day. I will not get away with this. Song of the day will also be on the sidebar. It's going to be under the word Song of the Day with a video on it, so I will entertain you all with something that I've been pressing on repeat and repeat and repeat all week. And yeah, I can usually find that out on my iPod function, which just says most played. And what I do is I actually erase all of the playthroughs on my iPod each and every week. And then I just kind of like, just listen to music like normal until the next Tuesday. And on the Tuesday, I will find out what song that I was playing the whole entire week the most. And then, of course, I will leave out songs that I accidentally played on my iPod and I forgot to turn it off. But I'll just leave it, I'll just, find the most of the one song that was just like, yeah, that song, completely all about my week. And then I will post a video of a music video or maybe some sort of concert of that song for you all. So that'll be very interesting, and that will let you know what I listen to every week the most. So that's pretty much a little bit of me to you, me to you, me to you. So it's good stuff. Anyway, that is all for me for Tuesday. I have nothing else to talk about. I'm sure Jesse might have something to talk about. Brian might have something to talk about. If we're lucky, even Tanner might have something to talk about. So I'm going to leave that to them. And I guess I'll see you next week. Everyone else, I will see you when I can. Love you all. You gotta go. Go. I mean, go. Go.